Om Sai Ram, Om Sai Ram. Yeah, my name is Ayati, and I belong to a place called Dehradun. Okay, and as a kid, so I saw Sai Baba Ji with my mommy. My mommy used to live in Jalandhar, and she used to really believe in Sai Baba Ji. And I've grown up seeing Sai Baba Ji, but actually, it was not that my journey didn't start with Sai Baba Ji. My journey started with Mother and Shri Aurobindo from the Aurobindo Ashram. I was actually given a blessing packet by Mother and Shri Aurobindo's doctor as a kid. And I didn't know that that blessing packet was going to be like a huge journey. And actually, later on, I got to know that the blessing packet was a Shakti Path. And it brought a lot of, what do you say, I was carrying a lot of confusion, who I was, what I was doing, everything. I was always very simple in school. Also, I was struggling. I was also, I was always called the black sheep of my family because I was very different from my whole family. I was very different from my whole family, and so things are like always my parents used to always wonder that that I'm actually a very simple person, and I always believe in simplicity. And I used to always I wanted to always know that what did this blessing packet have? Because my name is also my name is Ayati. It means future, and this name has been taken from the Aurobindo Ashram. Okay, so my name carries a lot of energy. So I think that blessing packet was like connecting dots to my name, right? So I was carrying a lot of karmic generational pain from all my generations, and I was born as a black sheep of the family because black sheeps are called healers. They're called karmic healers, generational healers. And they are the ones who heal their pain of the generations that the generations are carrying in the blood. So I was selected for that. I didn't know all this while. And things became very tough because my parents didn't understand me. They were like, she's a very stubborn kid. Why is she so stubborn? Then things started becoming very difficult for me. I fell into bad company. I met somebody very negative in my life. I mean, she was actually very jealous of me, this next door neighbor of mine. She was a year younger than me. I was just a teenager that time. I must have been about 12 and she was about 11. And she was very jealous of me, and she was very jealous of my good looks. She was very jealous of the kind of family background I came from. She was jealous completely, right? She shattered my soul. And that's where my journey started because I never used to listen to my mother. My mother used to always say, no, no, she's not going to be good for you. Don't go there. I used to always say, no, no, I know better. And you are the one, who's like, who's the wrong one. And till the time this woman shattered me, I went into a depression. And then I became very suicidal. So I tried to commit suicide many times. And every time I tried to commit suicide, it must have been infinite times, God saved me because he had to keep me alive for a very big purpose. So anyway, this carried on. Then one day I started praying to God. I started writing letters to God, and I started writing letters and going to Vaishnu Devi. And I used to go to Vaishnu Devi and write letters there and offer them to her. And I asked her, please give me like a child would ask her mother. And this whole thing started is because I saw Goddess Durga like the way you and I are talking. I saw Goddess Durga like that. Okay. And I spoke to her like a mother and I said, I'm in a lot of pain. I don't know. My family's not understanding me. What to do? She says, don't worry. You come to me. I'm there at Vaishnu Devi. I started writing letters to her. I started asking her for everything as a child would ask her mother, right? I asked her, my parents don't have I want everything. I want my parents to be happy. I want my parents to have everything in this world. I want my parents to have materialistic, benefits because I come from a very prominent, house because my ancestors are very well off, but my parents were not well off. There's a difference. If your ancestors are well off and your parents are not well off, right? So that was the thing. So I prayed to the goddess. I said, okay, give my parents a lot of wealth, health, everything. Give them everything. Just keep them happy. Just help them. Just protect them because there was lots happening in my house. I had some servants who were very nasty. They were there's a long story that goes back to my father's bua. Bua, she was one of my ancestors. So she actually was harassed by very old servants of mine. The servant was about 80 years old. He harassed my father's bua and made sure that my father's bua give our family name to his daughter so that she could get educated well and she could marry into a very renowned family in Dehradun, and then she got her son to study in Doon School, and he passed out as an ex-DOS score. And this created a lot of tension, misunderstanding between my father's bua and her family. There was a lot of confusion. Why did you do this and this and that? So there was a lot of drama, family drama. And in the meanwhile, my father had two chachas. One chacha committed suicide as a little boy, about 12 years old he was, and the other one went missing in the war. So we don't know what happened. Anyway, there was a lot of pain in the family, and then my father's grandfather, he fell into a massive depression after all this that had happened, because he had also lost money in the stock market, because the stock market had crashed that time. So anyway, my house is 100 years old now. I live in a 100-year-old house. So my house is also carrying a lot of suffering. You know, it's like it's got a lot of karma it's carrying, right? So my ancestors' souls are not happy. So I've been told, or I feel, and thanks to Sai Baba Ji, I have now realized who I am. I'm actually somebody who's taken rebirth from my ancestors only, who's come here on this earth to get my parents justice and to connect them to God, because my father's bua used to believe in God and she surrendered her life to God. And so that's how my journey started. First with Vaishnu Devi, then I started going to Ajmer Sharif. Then, I went to Mother and 𝑭𝑶𝑳𝑳𝑗𝑗 ashram in Pondicherry. I worked for them. I tried to get to know, did a research about the blessing packet, everything, what the blessing packet is all about. Then, everything happened. I was not, I got my answer. I was not supposed to be there. Then I got to Shirdi. And I have started writing to Sai Baba Ji, and I said, Sai Baba Ji, if you can't heal me, take my life. It's not worth it, because I cannot see my family suffer like this. My family, I have been so nasty to my family because I think I had surrendered myself to God to protect my family because of those nasty servants. Okay. So what happened was, I didn't realize as a child that I was going on the journey of liberation. And when you're going on a journey of liberation, you have to surrender yourself to God, right? And then you have to pray to God. You have to do your mantras. You have to detach. You don't have to have anything got to do with material goods, nothing, So I did that, and I prayed to God to get me married. And I wanted to have a son because I wanted to do my inner healing. Because my mother, because there was generational pain among generations, because my father and his brother don't get along, my sister and I don't get along because of the generational curse in our blood. So I prayed to Mother. I prayed to all the various gods, I can say, when I went to Vaishnu Devi's shrine, or I went to Ajmer Sharif, or I went to Shirdi. I prayed for this only, that please help all my ancestors, including my immediate biological family, including all my doggy family members, okay, since I was a kid. So to help all of them, because they're all facing the same problem that our family is facing, our ancestors are facing, Tandans are facing. So I started praying to Sai Baba Ji, and I said, Sai Baba Ji, if you cannot heal them, then take my life. It's not worth it. Because I'm getting angry with them every day. I want to know. I want them to accept me. I want them to love me. But when you're not going to help me to understand what is happening, because they're not understanding. It's a very kind of a very mystic thing that's happening in our lives, which only you can understand, because Sai Baba Ji is a very simple person, and he's a very, very, I love Sai Baba Ji. Thanks to him, he saved my sinking soul and my dying body. So I want to just spend my life with him, and I eat his vibhuti every day, and I make sure my black lab also, my black lab, that's my doggy family member, he also eats. And I've also started giving vibhuti to all the dogs on the road, because I think they're all suffering souls, and I want them to get connected to Sai Baba Ji, because Sai Baba Ji loves animals. And that's my mission, to help all souls that are suffering, because I know what suffering is all about. He is my eternal parent. I belong to him, and I'm his child.
Beautiful.
That's it. I love him. I just love him. He got me justice. He got me divine justice in my life, and he's still going on. And I know we will win. We will win. And I read the Sai Charitra every day. I pray to him. I pray when I'm crying. I give him all my tears. I give him all my, everything I give him. I just talk to him like I talk to you, like I'm talking to my father or my mother. And he's my father and mother both. And he's not only my father and mother, he's my family's father and mother. I surrendered my family to him, and he's going to take over. He's taken over my family, and he's going to put everything right. I was not well. I've not been well, and whenever I go to Shirdi, or whenever I've gone to Vaishnu Devi, or whenever I've gone to Ajmer Sharif, or whenever I've gone to Pondicherry, it's always been a solo journey. My parents had never been with me. I've always gone alone. So I only know when I've taken those flights alone, I've flown alone, what has happened. I know, because I also did a Vipassana course, by the way. And after doing the Vipassana course, I fainted. So doctors said that no, they diagnosed as me having a seizure. So I was put on, epilepsy medicine. So, and I've never had epilepsy in my life. So I don't think it's epilepsy. So I think it's a Shaktipat that's working from Mother and Shri Aurobindo. But I have left Mother and Shri Aurobindo because I've forgiven them, because they left me halfway. They did not tell me that it was a Shaktipat. It was such a painful one. Actually, I'm a phoenix bird who has to burn all her ashes and rise. And I'm actually Sai Babaji's child, because I love him for the simplicity he has, and he just will treat me, and he treats me like his child. So that's all I want. Simplicity is the best thing, they say. See, like he says, सबका मालिक एक है, और वो सच है. सबका मालिक एक है. या आपके कृष्ण जी हो, या आपकी मदर और श्री अरबिंदो हो, या आपके अजमेर शरीफ हो, या आपके वैष्णो देवी हो, या आपके गणेश जी हो, या आपके, सब एक ही हैं. नाम एक ही है. वो ऊपर वाला है जिसने हमें बनाया है. अगर हम उसके पास नहीं बात कर सकते, उससे बात, अपनी दिल का बात नहीं कर सकते, तो किससे बात करेंगे? क्योंकि वो, उसने हमारे माँ बाप भी बनाए हैं, और उसने हमें वही माँ बाप दिए हैं जो हमारे लिए अच्छे हैं. और मेरा ये है कहना साईं बाबा जी को, या सब भगवान जी को, या सबको, सारा पृथ्वी को बोल सकते हैं, या सारा उसको बोल सकते हैं, सारे जो बोलते हैं देवताएं जो बोलते हैं, कि उनका ये मेरा कहना है कि आप आप हमारे को माँ बाप इसलिए देते हो, हमारे को इसलिए माँ बाप देते हो क्योंकि आप उसमें, उनमें हो. और मैंने इतना गलती किया कि मुझे पता नहीं था ये बात. मेरे अंदर इतना गुस्सा था क्योंकि मुझे पता ही नहीं था, क्योंकि मैं बचपन से ही, मैंने कभी प्यार ही नहीं देखा. क्योंकि हम जब इतना दर्द लेके जाते हैं, तो मैंने सबसे पहले ये किया कि और कुछ समझ नहीं आया, भगवान जी ही मिले मुझे, कि भगवान जी से बात करो, वो ही समझेंगे. क्योंकि हम इंसान तो पैसे से खरीद देंगे चीजें अपने माँ बाप के लिए, पर जो इंसान अपने माँ बाप के लिए भगवान जी का प्यार ला सकता है उसकी दुनिया में, अपने को क्या बोलते हैं ना, आई हैव टू स्पीक इन इंग्लिश. You can only gift your parents something valuable, and that is God's blessings, God's protection, and a connection with their eternal parent. Because money cannot buy that, okay, which we human beings forget. Okay, we human beings think it's a materialistic world. No, it is not. It's God's world. God decides who comes, God decides who goes, God decides who are your parents, God decides what you're carrying. God decides everything. There's a divine timing for everything. So do not ever think it's me. It's not you, it's God. Because He's our creator, He's our parents' creator, He's created everything. And whatever I have gone through today, even if I've got angry with my parents, even if I've done things to my parents, it's actually God's way. That's all I can say. It's God's way. Let's surrender to God and try and know why we did it. And let's the beautiful saying they say, God, please forgive me. I love you and thank you. And I would request all of you, I would request all the Sai Bhaks and all the Sai Babajis. I won't call them Sai Bhaks. Actually, I would call them Sai Baba's babies. Okay, babies.
Children, right?
Okay,
Yeah.
because we are all babies, right? And Sai Babaji's babies are not only humans. Sai Babaji's babies are all the animals on the roads,
Yes.
all the plants in the, all his creations. Okay, so I would say that we have, my only request to all the Sai Babaji's children is, please help other children who are suffering, who are in the form of animals, who are homeless, in the form of plant or wild, and other creations. Please see Sai Babaji, because Sai Babaji was very fond of them. When I went to Shirdi, I even read that Sai Babaji, used to had a horse that he healed. He had a tiger that he healed. He had lots of dogs. So we have to follow that way. It's not only for human beings this way. This is also for animals. So let's start taking care of the animals and giving them a better living, a better way of looking at things, because they are suffering souls and they need to get to Sai Babaji. That's all I believe in, because I know, because I've had, as I told you, I have a huge doggy family, right? A huge doggy family, and I love them. And I would like to honor this, I would like to say this in their honor, that doggy family members are very loving family members, and they give you unconditional love. So please return their unconditional love by giving them unconditional love. And not only dogs, all animals, including plants and nature also. So please do it. Let's all do it together and make it a better world. and let's heal the world through Sai Baba Ji's way. And that is not only Sai Baba Ji's way. As you say, सबका मालिक एक है, तो सब भगवान जी साथ में लगेंगे, सब मिलके करेंगे, तो करें ना, करते हैं काम, बहुत काम करने को है, चलो करें, करते हैं। ओम साई राम।